Welcome back. We just got done with exercise 16, accessing the golden light body. You know, an amazing experience with this exercise. When I was creating these exercises, specifically for the book and for the classes and such, I kind of stumbled upon accessing this in the way that I did. It's beautiful out here. Butterflies, dragonflies, just flying around together. So, not to get distracted. Try not to get distracted. Nature's just gorgeous. So when I was accessing the golden light body through the extent that I did, the way I'm teaching it, I had a potent experience with it. And I spent probably most of the week, most of that week, accessing this as much as possible. So I was doing it, when I was doing the dishes, or when I was going for a walk, or when I was sitting working, or when I was laying down, meditating, when I was trying to have conversation and such. When I was driving, I was just doing this. And I do that a lot, where I come up with an exercise. I have many exercises that I do, and I will just go about my day and access them and try to learn as much as possible about them in the process of living my life. How can I apply these into my real life? How can I apply these into my real world experiences? And not to say that the mundane world is necessarily, well, it's not mundane for one. We say it's mundane, but it's not. But the material world is not this unfanciful thing. It's not this thing that disconnects us from everything. When we look at the material world, everything's made out of material. Everything is in some form or another materia, and we're using it to create or to build or even to destroy, to connect deeper, to understand spirit, to understand our reality with the soul and with energy and with awareness. So it's just, I wanted to talk about this because I find it so revealing that when I come up with any sort of ritual that I can practice regularly, magical practice, that I can do at any moment, that I can call upon, that I can access, that I can, work with. And exercises are the easiest way to do that. There are so many butterflies, and they're gorgeous. They allow us to have that awareness of, oh, this is how this feels in, this part of my life. Sitting at a desk working on something, or talking to a friend, or going for a walk, or buying groceries, or doing the dishes. How can these things make me have more awareness of the moment, but also have more awareness of my spirit at the same time? And when we're accessing the golden light body, to say, when we're pulling that out from our source, from our center place inside of our bodies, we're accessing a deeper level of our energy and our soul. So when we're doing this work to that extent, we're becoming more aware of who we are deep within. So we need to connect that with who we are without. There's levels to us. There's, in Jewish mysticism, in Kabbalah, there's the levels of the self, the nefesh, which is the bestial part, which is kind of like the physical form. And then the ruach, I would say raush because I say it wrong. The ruach, which is the ego. It's the place that separates us from the nefesh, from the neshama, and the neshama is the eternal soul. It's the highest will of ourselves. And when we're when we're working on these levels of self, and there's more to, more than just that, but when we're working on these levels of self, the nefesh to the ruach to the neshama, which these are just, ways to explain, and there's many ways to explain the same thing, multiple different ways, multitudes of ways, we could talk about them as, the cauldrons or the energy circles or the, the wells, or there's so many different explanations for this stuff, the chakras, and it's none of it is going to pin the tail on the donkey for everyone, and it's about our ability to understand that level of being. And when we're doing these exercises or, activating ritualistic work or, invoking a being that we work with at any given time, when we're doing anything respectfully, and allowing ourselves to be in the moment with that spirit and with that self and our energy and do the work in that moment, we're understanding something far greater than what we could imagine in, necessarily just our thought of the mundane being the mundane, It's like, where does the mind go when these things are happening? Where do I go when these things are happening? And I know a lot of this isn't necessarily about the golden light body, but it is an important thing, because when I was going through this moment in my life, creating, these exercises to do them, to teach them, and to teach what I was doing in the aspect of that moment. I was going through these, the alchemization of these exercises. And, I think it's amazing, why shouldn't I, when I'm creating this work, why wouldn't I be going through the process prior to, and I feel it now. I feel it more as I've developed and, created more and more and more, hundreds of exercises. So when we're accessing the golden light body, we're accessing something deep within us that's been stagnant and sleeping. It's been there and it's been working, but we're accessing a part of ourselves, and we need to use these exercises and this movement within the span of the not so mundane material world. So, if you have no idea who this is or what I'm doing here, I'm Hayam Neshama, and this is Free Occult Courses. This is my first Free Occult course, which is Not Your Cult's Energy Work, the course which is based on my book, Not Your Cult's Energy Work, which my book is available on Amazon if you want to go deeper into this work, and it's also on my Etsy if you want to buy it directly from me. You have to pay the shipping, though. If you have Amazon Prime, you probably don't have to pay the shipping. If you want to start at the very beginning, or at least see the playlist, there's a pinned comment down below that has the link for that. So, if you're interested in what we're doing and you want to check it out, it's all there. And if you feel like supporting me in this work, because these are free, this is my first Free Occult course, but these are going to be free if you just want to support me or support the cause. You can donate through my Buy Me a Coffee, or you can also donate through my Square, which is based on my website, which is which is free. Oh my gosh, I almost said the wrong thing again. HeyAmanNeshama.com. And there's links in my bio on YouTube if you're interested. There's also links below. And I sell things on my Etsy. I sell the PDF of the book. I have some rituals and stuff on there. And then I also do Lilith scrying messages or readings through on Discord, but through my Etsy. So I think that covers almost everything. If you have any comments or anything you want to say, you can go down below, or you can email me at freeoccultcourses@gmail.com. So I hope you enjoy the rest of this, part 3, and the next exercise is really good too. So I thank you very much, and there's more to come.